Hi there traders, this is Steve Miley, the market chartist for FX Explained, and here we're doing our regular weekly MacroWatch video and publication. Markets are positive as governments look to ease lockdowns for the week commencing the 4th of May. Let's start off with the macroeconomic and geopolitical developments. Well, European nations and some US states are looking at or starting to relax lockdown measures and beginning to partially reopen their economies. This is as data regarding the number of deaths and the number of new cases from the COVID-19 coronavirus has plateaued and even declined in some instances. However, some European nations have seen this data rising again with the concerns that easing lockdowns too quickly will create a second wave of cases and deaths. On a more positive note, further trials of the antiviral medicine remdesivir to treat severe COVID-19 patients have seen positive results in new trials. The macroeconomic data has been mixed, with some data beating the significantly lowered consensus number in some instances, whilst worse in others. On the earnings side, markets have taken hope from some of the big US corporates posting better than anticipated results for Q1, though Q2 and 2020 future guidance has been vague. Central banks were in play last week with the Bank of Japan, the US Federal Reserve and the European Central Bank all committing to ongoing easy monetary policy and accommodative policies. However, the impact on markets over the past week was somewhat muted. So let's take a look at the global financial market developments. The key development in markets last week was the rally in global stocks, with major global averages breaking above mid-April peaks to multi-week highs, with many of the major indices posting their best single-month moves for multiple years, even for decades. However, month-end and the start of May did see share indices post corrective setbacks. The oil price has rebounded and stabilised after the plunge low that we saw through mid-April. And in the Forex space, risk currencies rallied and then corrected back lower through month-end. Here we see the Australian dollar rebounding to, again, new multi-week highs, whilst the euro has surged against most currencies through the turn of the month. Base metals pushed higher, with copper prodding to another new multi-week high, though again setting back through month-end. So let's take a look at the week commencing coming up in here, week commencing the 4th of May. So the central bank watch, what do we have coming up on the central bank side? On Tuesday, the Reserve Bank of Australia meeting and interest rate decision and press conference. And then on Thursday, we get the Bank of England. On the macroeconomic data, it's very much about PMI, Purchasing Managers Index data this week. So we have European market manufacturing PMI. We have the RBA meeting minutes, RBA meeting and interest rate decision on Tuesday. UK service PMI and US non-manufacturing PMI on Tuesday also. European service PMI Wednesday alongside US ADP employment change. We get that Bank of England meeting on Thursday with China trade data, German industrial production and the much watched now US jobless claims. And we end the week on Friday with the US and Canadian employment reports. But please do note that UK markets are closed on Friday the 8th of May due to a national holiday. Earnings season continues, although now is tapering off to some extent, with the standouts coming this week being Disney, Total in France, and PayPal. Finally, we're going to continue to watch the data for the global spread of COVID-19 and also any easing of lockdown measures as we go through into the start of May. This has been Steve Miley. I'm going to wish you all a great trading week. Please do be careful out there, stay safe, and I'll be back with you next week for another Macro Watch. So traders, don't forget to catch us on the next FX Explained Macro Watch and all the great content on fxexplained.co.uk.